So the running joke is whenever we do videos about stuff like this, I always have some kind of hole in my pants because I historically always, 9 out of 10 times, split the seam right down the middle of my pants. Luckily today I'm wearing underwear, so it's okay. However, that being said, with today's video, I figure I'm going to call myself out on it before somebody in the video is like, oh my God, you know you got a hole in your pants. Yes, thank you. I know, we do. To the important stuff though, today's video we're going to talk about rolling hamstrings, all right? So for most people, we've talked about this before, everybody's body is just like super tight these days. Just from the lack of motion we've had in our daily lives for the past 2 years has completely changed the way our bodies are just built to go throughout the day. Most people's hamstrings and inner thighs are super tight. Most people's upper back muscles are super weak, and the front of the neck muscles are super tight also. So we're in this hunched forward position all day long, right? And one of the best exercises that we've been using more and more and more over the past 18 months has been the rolling hamstring stretch for a couple of reasons. One, it generates a lot of motion and a lot of movement to really stretch out those muscles and wake them up, especially if it's first thing in the morning you're working out. On top of that though, we also notice with the rolling hamstrings, because you're getting that ballistic motion up and down and you're moving so much, it really helps to generate blood flow and it raises your body temperature and it just gives you a better overall stretch versus just like sitting here and holding a hamstring stretch like this. Most people, when I say stretch out your hamstrings, come to the side a little bit. If you look at the stretch right now, where do you think I'm getting this stretch from? I'm getting it from my back, right? All I'm doing is hunching forward. This is how most of you guys sit down all day, is like this. So yes, this is a very comfortable position for you because you like this all day, where if I can keep my back straighter and bend at my hips, that's an entirely different stretch now. So this versus this are two completely different stretches, all right? And one of the ways we came up with to help people out with that is the rolling hamstrings. Now, I did not come up with this exercise. I got this from somebody. I can't remember who it was, so I apologize. If it's you, let me know, I'll give you credit for it. But the rolling hamstrings, all we're gonna do is we're gonna roll back and forth, up and down like a rocking horse, right? Any of you guys who do CrossFit, who do candlesticks, it's very similar to a candlestick, right? All I'm doing is I'm rocking back and forth, which one is gonna give you a lot of mobility work for your spine, right? There's a couple things I'm focused on here while I'm going up and down. One, when I come to the top, I want you to pay attention to my toes, right? One, my toes are straight up and down. They're not turned out, they're not turned in. Straight up and down. Number two, look at my knees. My knees are flush to the ground. I'm trying to get my legs all the way straight. This does nothing for me. I want my legs straight, right? Number three, I'm kicking my legs wide on the top. Why am I kicking my legs wide on the top? So I want to get the inner thighs and the groin area too. A lot of people, a lot of you guys, your inner thighs are so tight right now, that's where a lot of your back pain's coming from. And what I'm doing, as I'm coming out, on the top, I'm getting a big breath out. I'm here, deflating my lungs so I can get a little deeper. Trying to keep my shoulder blades tight so I get that stretch from the hip. And what's happening is as I rock up and down, momentum is taking me slightly deeper to that stretch than I would normally get on my own, right? I'm here, I'm back, I stretch and I relax. I'm here, I'm back, I stretch and I relax. And I'll typically do these to set to 20, right? You can see how I'm getting a little bit deeper every time because I'm fucking awesome like that, right? To eventually to finish it up, I would come down and try to hold it, right? I would maybe finish it up, do a couple to the side. I'm a very big fan of, for people who it's not appropriate for everybody. For a lot of people, very, very, very mild forms of ballistic stretching is great for increasing range of motion in a short period of time. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm not gonna pull my leg out, but all I'm doing, keep my shoulder blades tight. I'm just pulsing down to the point where I can almost get my fingers together. Pretty good for a fat kid, right? Behind my foot, and this is my bad leg. Let's try my other side, right? Couple on this side. Trying to keep it straight. You can see how little by little, I'm able to get a little bit deeper. This leg's fucking tight today. But you can see the difference in one side versus the other. Here, I'm almost able to touch my toes under my foot, right? Where here, I'm not even anywhere close. I need to work on this side a little more. I'll do like 20 on the right, 20 on the left. Another thing we pair this with all the time is teapots. Jake, what the fuck is a teapot? I'm so glad you asked, right? So teapots, right? Teapots, you're in the same position right here. Why? Because my hips are anchored down. They can't move right now. I'm gonna plant my one hand down to the ground so I have support for my lower back, and I'm gonna reach side to side as I go, right? So I'm side bending. Remember how I told you I'm usually tight between my ninth rib and my hip? This is a great exercise for the lats and the quadratus lumbarum, because what's happening is my leg is keeping my hip down so it doesn't come up, so I get that stretch. Now, Susie, can you come to the side? I want you guys to look where my arm is in relation to my ear, right? I was sitting upright, so this way I'm reaching even with my ear, if not behind it. So this way, it's a true side stretch, where what a lot of people do is they start collapsing forward because they're either tired or they're lazy. And what'll happen is you start bringing this arm in front of your ear, right? You see how I'm doing that? And it's nowhere near as effective of a stretch. You want to keep yourself upright. Now, a big part of this might just be, you might not be able to hold this position right now because your inner thighs and hamstrings might just be so tight. So for teapots, for the teapot part of it, right, I would modify it, right? Either to a butterfly stretch or sitting Indian style, because you see how now it's easier for me to sit upright. I don't have the tension in my hamstrings anymore, but it's still gonna be easier for me to anchor down my hips. And it's easier for me to sit upright. It's easier for me to keep my arm in a line or behind my ear. And I can get those stretches side to side to really open up the side of the ribs, right? And my hand is down so I help support myself. If you notice, Susie, come right in front. I want you guys to look at like my knees, my hips, my shoulders right now, and look where my head is in relation to them, right? I'm kind of staying head over knee alignment, right? So my head's never really going over the outside of my knees. Where a lot of people do this, that's not what you want to do. You're not looking to go all the way out here, right? You want to try to stay over and tight, lengthen on one side, shorten on the other. Those are teapots. Is there anything else to that one? We'll keep it at that one for now. So rolling hamstrings, right? And then I got the ballistic hamstring stretch, one to one side, one to the other, and then we did teapots after that. So those are three dynamic exercises, three dynamic stretches that you can add to either the beginning of your workout, the end of your workout, or in the middle of it. If you get tight, you gotta loosen some tension. One of the biggest questions we get from people all the time is people say, Jay, when is the best time to stretch? Whenever the fuck you're gonna do it. If you're gonna do it before your workout, great. Do it before you work out, because if I tell you to do it afterwards, like me, I can tell you all the reasons why it's better to stretch out after you work out. I can tell you all the reasons why it's better to stretch out before you work out. There is a difference in the two, right? If you're trying to create a long-lasting change, you want to stretch out afterwards. If you're trying to loosen up so you can do a motion in that workout because you're tight or you're in pain, you do it beforehand. However, I'm the kind of person, I'm not stretching out after my workout. I get done working out, I'm fucking done. I want to go eat something, I gotta check my phone for messages from clients. I got a lot of shit to do. I just physically am not gonna stretch after my workout. All my stretching takes place afterwards. Where some of you guys, you might be running around late, you want to get to the gym and work out, you only have a couple minutes to do it, and you might not have a chance to stretch at the gym. You might have to stretch at home later on, which is totally cool. Stretching at the bad time is better than stretching at no time. That makes sense? You know what the fuck I meant. So those are a couple more dynamic exercises, dynamic stretches. I keep saying that. You can add into your routine. Hopefully they help you out. You shouldn't feel a pain. If you feel a pain, go talk to your physical therapist. It might not 99.999999997% of you that's going to be the right exercise for. There's that small percentage of people though where it might not be the right one. You might have a herniated disc in your back or scoliosis, and there might just be a better way you have to modify it for. Reach out to us, reach out to your physical therapist, go to a professional that can help you out with that. But like I said, hopefully those help you guys out. Hopefully you get some value from that. Like always, leave a comment in the comment section below if you think this helped you out, or if you have a question about something about this exercise you're just not grasping, let us know so we can reach out to you. Or if there's an exercise or a stretch you're having trouble with right now that you want some guidance on, like always, give us suggestions, because we're always trying to put out there new content for you guys. And rather than guessing what you guys want, if you can just tell us, Jay, we want this, it makes my life a lot easier. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by again. Hopefully those help you out. See you in the next one. Drink water, stay motivated, and don't take candy from strangers or clowns. Unless it's Halloween, because then that's the whole point, is to take candy from strangers or clowns. That's a different point though. Great job today. See you in the next one.